The man's bullets seemed to never run out. Tang Mo's heart tightened and he looked at Fu Wenduo. The two of them nodded and decided they couldn't be sitting ducks. Tang Mo dodged the bullets while saying to Chen Shanshan, let's split up. His bullets are very special and they can penetrate through at least 5 walls. Shanshan, take Xiao Fu down to the bas.e.m.e.nt. Fu Wenduo and I will go to catch the man. Remember, you can't run in a regular pattern. Tang Mo rushed to speak. Regardless of whether Chen Shanshan understood his meaning or not, he directly pushed the girl towards Fu Wenzheng. Fu Wenzheng still looked stunned but Chen Shanshan directly pulled his wrist and ran down the stairs without looking back. Her eyes were firm and her feet were extremely fast, despite being covered with sweat. Whenever she ran a few meters, she would change directions to escape the bullet. The bullets that fired at the children were becoming faster and faster but they dodged it countless times. Damn it! A curse was heard outside the building. Chen Shanshan took Fu Wenzheng and reached the second floor. This man seemed to notice that it wasn't meaningful to catch the 2 children. He turned his gun and didn't hesitate to shoot at Tang Mo who was running in the corridor. Tang Mo and Fu Wenduo ran separately. It happened that the staircase Tang Mo was running down was closer to this person. At first, the man was still relaxed. The bullets were numerous and fast. One bullet grazed Tang Mo's neck, leaving a blood mark. The man smiled coldly. However, Tang Mo got closer and still didn't hit Tang Mo's key parts. The middle-aged man's complexion changed. He turned and ran once Tang Mo was 50 meters away from him. His speed was extremely fast and his judgment was extremely accurate. He had just run 2 steps when a sharp dagger suddenly crossed his neck. The middle-aged man's face was white. He fired his gun at the man in black behind him. Fu Wenduo leaned his head to the side to avoid the bullet. His left hand stretched out and he grabbed the wrist of the hand holding the gun. He looked at this man calmly, his fingers moving. Ah! There was a loud sound and the middle-aged man's wrist was broken. The man howled with pain, fear filling his face. The next second, his left hand moved and another gun appeared in his hand. He pointed the gun at Fu Wenduo's chest and said sarcastically, very good. You are the second person to make me take out this gun. Now die. Bang. There was a loud metal collision sound. The middle-aged man looked down at Fu Wenduo's chest and his eyes widened. At the same time, Tang Mo emerged from the rear and grabbed his left wrist. There was a breaking sound and the man howled again. His left hand hung down weakly. 3 minutes later, Chen Shanshan emerged from the small building with Xiao Fu and they gathered in the alley. Fu Wenduo tied the middle-aged man with a prop rope. The man struggled, his face flushed. Fu Wenzheng saw the injury on Tang Mo's neck. He reached out, wanting to say, Brother Tang, I will help heal your injury. He didn't expect a tall figure to appear in front of him. Xiao Fu froze as he saw Fu Wenduo naturally out a bottle of mineral water from the chicken nest. He poured some water onto his hand and then pressed it against Tang Mo's neck. A warm hand touched his skin. Tang Mo suddenly felt that the place touched was a bit numb. Xiao Fu stared with surprise and Tang Mo also smiled without speaking. This injury was so shallow that it completely healed after being rubbed twice with mineral water. The middle-aged man's eyes were dark when he saw the scene. The 4 people in front of him definitely weren't ordinary earth players if they had such a good healing prop. He was silent for a moment before saying, I'm not a returnee on the time leaderboard. You won't get Eve's reward even if you kill me. However, I know where the returnees on the time leaderboard are. I met one person who was on the leaderboard when the tower hadn't updated yet. If you don't kill me then I will tell you this information. Tang Mo was surprised. The middle-aged man encountered the unexpected situation and made his own plan. Tang Mo glanced at Chen Shanshan. Chen Shanshan asked, why should we promise you? The middle-aged man wasn't nervous. He asked, do you Earth survivors like to harm others when it isn't in your best interest? If you leave me alone, I will tell you the intelligence. If you kill me, you won't get anything apart from a few excellent quality props on my body. You aren't lacking props, right? The middle-aged man continued, you can search. I really don't have anything good on me. Tang Mo looked up at Fu Wenduo and Fu Wenduo started to search the man. The middle-aged man didn't expect them to be so honest and actually conduct a body search. His expression constantly changed. 5 minutes later, Fu Wenduo held 2 strange black and white B.A.L.L.S in front of him. Tang Mo looked at the properties of these 2 props and smiled. Is this the excellent quality prop you were talking about? Well, it really is excellent quality but there are only 2. The middle-aged man was choked up for a moment and couldn't help saying, yes, I admit that there are only 2 of them but they are the more valuable things I have. Now you can choose to kill me or let me live and gain the information. Tang Mo's lips gradually curved. The middle-aged man was right. It was true that he only had these 2 props and killing him was completely unfavorable to them. Tang Mo wasn't Bai Ruiao to do such a boring thing. If this man was just an ordinary returnee then Tang Mo could choose not to kill him in exchange for intelligence. Tang Mo asked lightly, how are you so sure that we will let you go after you tell us? It wasn't impossible for Tang Mo to kill the man after gaining the information. The man was able to make such a suggestion so he definitely knew that Tang Mo might not let him go. The middle-aged man said, let me run first to a certain distance. This is a distance where you can catch me but I also have a chance to escape. I will tell you the information. If you don't think it is right then you can capture me at any time. I also have a chance to escape. Of course, you can't confirm that the information I gave is true. It is a gamble in itself. I am gambling my life while you are gambling information. You have a chance to catch me again and I have a chance to escape. Isn't it a good deal? This was the smartest returnee Tang Mo had ever seen. The Black Tower version 4.0 had been online for half an hour and the middle-aged man quickly discovered his own ident.I.tie. He didn't panic at meeting a strong enemy and found a possible way to escape in a short amount of time. It was no wonder why he could live to today despite having weak strength and 300 minutes of rest time. However, he wasn't as calm as he seemed. Tang Mo looked at the middle-aged man's tense fingers and gently nodded. Okay. A minute later, the middle-aged man stood 100 meters away and looked at Tang Mo. This was a distance where Fu Wenduo could catch him and where the middle-aged man felt he could escape. The middle-aged man took a deep breath and calmed his tone. China District 1, the 62nd on the time leaderboard, I saw Ning Yu and Chaoyang 5 hours ago. His words hadn't finished yet when the middle-aged man turned to run. He seemed to be afraid of Tang Mo's group catching him. Tang Mo clearly heard his words and didn't intend to catch him. Then Chen Shanshan became startled. Why is his speed so fast? Tang Mo was surprised and hurriedly looked up. He saw that the middle-aged man had run 100 meters in just 3 seconds. This included the starting time. His speed was no slower than Fu Wenduo. If he had such a fast speed and high physical fitness, how could he be captured by Tang Mo and Fu Wenduo so easily? Tang Mo cried out, "A prop!" Fu Wenduo shouted, "An ability!" The two of them spoke in unison. Then the next second, the two of them started running. Unfortunately, the middle-aged man had already run 200 meters and there was no way to catch him. The middle-aged man laughed wildly. "Ha ha ha, this is my ability. You stupid Earth survivors!" His voice suddenly stopped as the middle-aged man stared at the youth in front of him with horror. Tang Mo's lips curved as he imitated the way the middle-aged man previously spoke to Fu Wenduo. "Very good. You are the fourth person to make me use this ability." The middle-aged man wanted to run again. Tang Mo pulled out the small parasol and didn't hesitate to pierce him to the wall. Then he kicked the middle-aged man's chest. The middle-aged man stared angrily at Tang Mo while Fu Wenduo took this time to rush over. A breeze blew and Fu Wenduo sharply raised his head, staring at the shadows in the distance. Tang Mo was in a hurry to catch the middle-aged man and used the fast man ability. He didn't notice the surrounding environment. He followed Fu Wenduo's gaze and was startled to see the man and woman hiding in the shadows, watching them with a sneer. The young man and woman didn't run away or move forward. They just smiled strangely. Tang Mo shouted, "Not good." Fu Wenduo also understood the situation and shouted back, "Don't come over here." It was too late. Chen Shanshan reacted very quickly and pulled Fu Wen's hung but they had already entered this small square. Ding dong. The large multiplayer instance Eve's game number 315 instance has been triggered. May 18, 2018, the players Xing Psyche, Du De, Liao Feng, Tang Mo, Fu Wenduo, Fu Wen's hung and Chen Shanshan have successfully entered the game. Sandbox loading complete, data loading complete, the world instantly became white. The moment that all 7 people stepped into this small square, a sweet voice rang in everyone's ears. Before hearing the words, everyone imagined that the person singing this song must be a very beautiful girl. Tang Mo's expression was cold as he gripped the handle of the small parasol. The familiar white light appeared in front of him. When he opened his eyes again, he was in a strange large room. This was a large room with various crystal decorations. There were a total of 8 doors in the room. 7 were identical while 1 door was huge. It was from this door that the singing came from. With the exception of the middle-aged man who fell to the ground, all other 6 people stared at the door while holding their weapons. The song was getting closer and closer. Once the song reached the door, there was a crash.h.i+ng sound and the door slammed open. A lavish pumpkin carriage entered the room. The shaft was made of gold and the roof inlaid with gems. The song abruptly ended once the carriage entered the room and a beautiful arm gently pushed open the door. The next moment, a lovely girl in a beautiful blue dress jumped off the carriage. The girl jumped off the carriage in a lively manner and turned to look at the humans in the room. She held a slender gold pole and there was a crystal Gla.S.S lens at the end of the pole. W.A.N.G Xiaotian looked at the 7 humans in front of her through the lens. She smiled with surprise when she saw Tang Mo and Fu Wenduo, no longer hiding the gloating in her eyes. Wow, look at who is here. It would be nice if the Honorable Lord Grisha was here. He would be very happy. W.A.N.G Xiaotian tried to hide her strange laughter. She blinked and said in a sweet voice, H.E.L. everyone, I am the most popular female host of the Underground Kingdom, W.A.N.G Xiaotian. Welcome to my game. Cinderella's Food Chain Game. Added a KO5 for the people asking for an alternative to Patreon. You can also join my Discord channel to chat with fellow readers about the novels.